Hi there, and this is the amateur scientist here. And today finally has came where we're going to distill the ethanol from part 1. And I will have a link in the description of part 1 if you haven't saw it already. And I didn't do it earlier because I needed these things, and these are for measuring ethanol concentration in water. And I know that I could use the weight scale, but I didn't have an accurate one, as it has to be 0.001, I think. And yeah, so I didn't have an accurate one. So now, let's start. So here on the left, as you can see here, we have our wash, or what you want to call is the yeast and sugar, which has now supposed fermented, but it turned out that it did fermentate, as I took a sip out of it and it tasted really alcoholic. Unfortunately, we can't measure the right concentration of this, because what I showed you earlier, I had supposed 3, but one came broken, and now I can only measure from 40% to 100%. But still, I know that this is 13% sure alcohol, as wine is 13%, and it tastes just like wine exactly, so that makes good. So first, what we need to do is to fill the boiling flask here with the sugar wash that we made. And yes, I am using a fractional distillation, and if you don't have one, this column, don't worry, you could also use a normal distillation apparatus. And if you don't know what a distillation apparatus is, I have a video about it, so go check it out if you haven't already. I'll have a link in the description. So now let's start the distillation, and I'll try to do it with the least commentary possible. So now, lay back, grab a drink, and enjoy. Also, what I'm going to tell you is that don't worry if you don't have a fractional column and don't have a distillation apparatus. You can also use a normal distillation apparatus, but you have to run it like 6 times to get it to 70%. So keep that in mind. So I'm gonna turn on the heating slowly. And what we're going to need to do is to keep the temperature at 78.3 degrees Celsius, as that is the boiling point of ethanol. So the first drops of alcohol are coming over. In fact, in theory, we should have at least 100 milliliters of alcohol, as if our wash is 13% and we have 1 liter there, so it should be good. And there also seems to be a problem, as the vapors aren't coming over very well, so I'm going to grab some aluminum foil and cover everywhere here with this aluminum foil. So now that we collected 40 milliliters, we're going to measure the concentration that we are receiving right now. So the ethanol that we are collecting, 75% alcohol. So I'm gonna put it in a bottle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue collecting until the distillate that comes over tastes like water. So that's what I'm going to do. And also the temperature rises very fast to 100 degrees. So this is all the alcohol that we've collected from this, which was about 700 milliliters of sugar wash, and we collected 60 milliliters, so there was around 9% of alcohol in that, which is good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to check again the concentration of this and then put it in the boiling flask and boil it again so that we get rid of almost all of the water as possible. So let me just check the concentration really quick. %, so that's good. So I'm gonna put it into the boiling flask and boil it again so we get rid of almost all of the water we can. Our first few drops are coming in right now of the supposedly pure ethanol. So here we have our first 10 milliliters of ethanol, and I'm gonna pour them into this bottle which is named concentrated ethyl alcohol. So there we have it, we have our second 10 milliliters. Also, a quick way to see if you're distilling different concentrations is if you see rigid lines into the alcohol, it means that there are different densities. It looks like that the fractional column is making its work, as I can heat it more without getting more water and the temperature rising very much of the vapor, so it seems that the column is doing its job, as when I used only a distillation apparatus without a fractional column, I had to lower the heat. There we have 5 milliliters, and I'm going to collect it, as I think that the alcohol has been all evaporated and the temperature seems to be rising very fast, so I'm gonna remove this and then redo it. I guess that the temperature is rising very quickly, and we're gonna see, and the distillate that we're collecting tastes just like water as I tasted it, but it has a little bit of alcohol in it. Well, yeah, the temperature is rising very quickly right now, which that concludes that there is little to no alcohol left. So we're gonna stop here, and I'm gonna see how much is the concentration of this. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So it seems to be around 87%, which is very good from 70%. And I think that I could run it once or twice again to make it to at least 95, but that's the most that I can get it, as then it will form an azeotrope. And if you don't know what an azeotrope is, I will have a video if I have a lot of requests of what it is. So yeah, so this is our final product here, with around 900 milliliters of sugar wash. We got around 50 milliliters, which is good, but I think we can get it to 40 milliliters to be 95%. So that's it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please punch the like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe and share. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.